Here we go. Okay, I had to get permission from Fernie to get permission to ask permission to you for this next question. Did you follow that trail? Here's the deal. I'm pretty sure almost everybody up here has a primary, okay? At the end of the day, just nod at me a little bit if the primary kind of makes you most of your money. Just a little bit, kind of, okay? So it depends. Here's what I asked Fernie. I said, would it be okay if I asked the panelists to assume that they were on the phone with somebody who had watched their video? They said, okay, now I just need that little tip over. I'm in, just close me on your deal. So, who would like to hear how they close on that last 60 seconds? Like, I'm in, I'm here, I'm ready, but they're looking for a leader, and the leader says, okay, let's go. Hold my hand, here's the transaction page, or whatever it is. So, let me frame it like this. I'm going to kind of ask them to pitch the room on their primary. A little bit, if you got one. And the thing is, with no filter, no PC, this is a generic event, granted, right? But what I want is to see what you guys really say, because people's primary usually make you the most money. Usually. Nod at me if you get it a little bit. Now, you guys, can I ask that question? Can I ask them to show us the pitch on their primary? Okay? Can we do it? You want to hear it? Unfiltered. So you're not liable for anything you say, because guess what? You have the best product, and you have the best pay plan, and you have the best management team, just like I do, and just like everyone else does. Do you see what I'm saying? But I want to see the passion come across with no filter. Why should they join you if we're at that stage? See what I'm saying? Everybody understand? Let's start. I kind of like this little thing. Is that okay? Diane? Crazy. 60 seconds.
Just to be clear.
And you can name your primary quick and then tip it over the edge.
Okay. Just to be clear, because I want you to understand, I only work with people that have been in the industry before. So you got to understand that's my prospect, and that's who I'm talking to. Bottom line is, I say, first of all, I'm with Numis Network. Yay, Numis. And I say to somebody, look, you've been in the industry. How much money have you spent on auto ships over the years that you've been in? Just add it up real quick in your mind. $100 a month times 3 years, 36 months. How much have you dropped on auto ships, and you haven't gotten where you want to go? And they stop, and they kind of think about that. And then I tell them, look, when you're with this company, every single month, your auto ship is putting an asset into your pocket. And if I were to accumulate all the auto ships that I took over the years, and I were using Numis Network the whole time, I would have over $200,000 worth of assets that would have been from my business sitting in a safe in my house. That's what I'm building now, and that's why I'm doing it. I'm building a financial wall for my family. How about you?
All right. I like it. This is why, you see, that's the deal. Very nice. Now, Gomez, you have, yeah. Can you convert this to silver for me, please? Okay. Very nice, Gomez. Now, Gomez, you know, you answer as you wish. You got 60 seconds.
But let's assume it's X. So, you know, here we are. Obviously, we spent all this time together. I understand you have some hesitations. Look, the bottom line, it's not mandatory you do this. If it's something you don't want to do, you don't have to. But look, let's be honest. The reason we're having this conversation is because you see some value in what we're talking about here. Is that right? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. So what's really the hesitations or anything that's stopping you right now from moving ahead forward? Because here's the bottom line. I don't want you in for a week. I don't want you in for a month. I don't want you in for a year. I want you in for the long haul, because that's the only way you're going to get true benefit from this offer, from this program, from the income you can earn. And that's the only way I'm going to make money long term. So it's in my best interest that you're getting the most from this you possibly can. Do you understand that? Okay. So I want to make sure that if you're going to do this, you're willing to commit for a 12-month time frame. Is that something you're willing to do? Yes, it is. Great. How do you want to get started today? Is that first name, last name on your order sheet, or did you want a middle initial? Go get your credit card.
Very nice. Very nice. And did you notice he just got a 12 months of auto ship pretty much on lockdown by that? So it was more than...
All right, you know, we take a slightly different approach because our primary is a top-tier business. It's LifePath Unlimited. So Brian and I are not hard sellers. We don't do that because we want people to make a decision, right? So when someone is choosing us, right, they chose the Swans, they chose to work with us, we want them to make a very well thought out decision. And how they do that is they know that they're working with us as their leaders. They chose us for a reason. So we take them down the process that, we're direct coaches in the company. So we not only give you a direct coaching program, but we also allow you to have the insights with our marketers, the person that does most of our marketing. So we have an expertise in what area that we're delivering our marketing in. So what we like to do is we truly like to let someone make a decision. So I'm not about grab your credit card now kind of person. I want them to trust us. So by the time they make a decision, it could be that day, because they've already made the decision. Because what I say is not going to talk someone into doing anything. They have to decide on their own.
And we're good for the family.
And we're good. Okay.
She speaks for both at that moment. All right, Mr. Force, you're up.
Yes, I'm also in top tier as well and have been for over the last 7 years. Currently, we are with ProU, and it is an evolution of Carbon Copy Pro, which many of you are probably familiar with. But the way we've always approached it, because again, it is top tier, it's a pretty high-level relationship, and of course, there is some emotion that we use to get people to the part, but a lot of it's numbers as well. And most of the people that I attract to my business are small business and franchise, and I typically go over heavy numbers. Most people are stuck in the tangible world, so I typically go, well, imagine without the $250,000 investment, no employees, space, rent, inventory, insurance, liabilities, or any of those other headaches, and having a business that runs for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in over 180 countries. How does that sound? Compared to what they were used to, and usually they associate a lot of pain with brick and mortar, so it's a pretty easy decision when you throw the numbers out there. And that's pretty much almost in every case how I've closed the sales, just with numbers, and it works fairly well.
Very nice, very nice. Sherry, let us have it.
All right, so my confession is I'm not any longer associated with the primary opportunity. I had to choose to do training full-time, and that's part of our obligation with our clients, but that way I don't cross-promote anything to any clients. But I will let you know one of the most powerful things that we ended up coming out with in our training was a program called Bank. Tony Robbins teaches a principle called let your prospect determine your presentation. And where most salespeople are making a mistake is they're giving the pitch or the close to the wrong personality type. If you can match the personality type with the close, then you increase your closing ratio by 300%. So what we designed so that we could make it a little bit dummy-proof, or so that the lowest common denominator in our sales organization could actually close the sale, is we gave them formula cards where we taught them how to profile and then give them the exact formula on what to say to that person to push them over the edge on selling product or recruiting them to the income opportunity. Right. So crack the personality code, take it to the bank was the best way to put them over the top. You have to give them the pitch that they need to hear, not the one that got you to buy.
Very good. Like it. Mr. Tribble.
So, I mean, here's the thing. I joined my company, which is Shackley, 55-year-old company, for different reasons than I think that most people that I'm talking to may join it. I'd been raked over the coals, and I think that you hit the nail on the head. Such an individual situation, such a relationship situation that I want to find out what they're looking for. So I think my close, it tends to come naturally, because once I find out what a person really truly wants, then it's very easy to see whether or not what I do can have a great impact on their life, can benefit them in a great way, not only today, but for years to come. So there's been times where I might say, you know what, I honestly don't think that what I have is the right thing for you, but you know what, I've got a huge network of people that I can plug you into one. And you know what? I think that comes back 100 times fold. So I'm not a hard closer. I think there's a time to sell. I certainly do. But at the same time, I think you have to really get deep in relationships. And I'm looking for a partner. I'm looking for someone who I can help earn 6 figures in the next 12 to 15 months.
And we're done. Very good. All right, gang. Ty? Sherry? Mr. Forrest? Unstoppable Family? Mr. Gomez? Wow. Diane? So just yell at me which three. I think the three for this cash cow. little more, a little more, little more. I'm gonna go a little more. Oh, oh! Okay. Oh. All right, moving on. You know, that's called the money magnet. Like money's just it's mine. I got it. That was good.
That's how you close the sale.
Yeah, you get the money. Gosh. Are you guys getting value out of this? Getting answers? All right. Have any of you, now here's the thing, you've got your integrity, you wouldn't defraud anybody, you wouldn't scam, you wouldn't lie, never. So you're doing your thing, you're working hard, you're grinding it out, you're making progress, you get your list to 50 to 100, you get a few teammates, and then all of a sudden, you're having some breakthroughs. And the next thing you know, you get a little inbox message that says you're a scammer, you suck, other little explicatives, right, about how you're ugly on top of the fact that you're a scammer and you suck. You guys have never had hate mail at any time. Okay, so here's the thing. This is a little vaccination that I want to hear. I want us to mind share and just kind of massage in the vaccination on everybody, because I guarantee if you build online, if you have perfect integrity, I mean you would not defraud anybody at any time for any reason, you build with integrity in everything, you will de facto have hate mail. And it has the potential to throw your mind. Not only will you have that, you'll have teammates who just interpret what you do and just in their own victim mentality twist it, and there you are, another person that screwed them, as their high school basketball coach did because they didn't get the playing time, as the cheerleading coach did. So all of a sudden, you're the projection of their victimhood. This will happen if you grow in this industry. I just swear, I promise you, okay? And a lot of reasons that people leave this industry is not because of the money, it's because of the people. It's because of the weird innuendos that start cropping up when you're dealing with masses of people. And it can throw a person. Has anyone got a piece of hate mail or a weird email? Anybody? Just raise your hand a little bit so I know I'm on target on this question. Okay? Now, so the question is to the panelists, what's your attitude toward getting hate mail or innuendo mail or weird mail or teammate defects and says, I know you're a fraud, I know you're a joke, blah, blah, blah. What's the attitude? Is there a strategy? Is there a response? Is there some little nugget we can, or we can just all share in the suffering in this room together at the same time. But it's important that you brace yourself for this kind of stuff, especially if you're new. Mr. Tribble, let's kick it.